Alright, everybody, we're here. Finally, we're up and running. It took us a while to get all sorted up. So, hello, Ferrets. How are you, buddy? He's got a pimple, everybody. And I've
inside my nose, and it hurts.
And I've actually come home from work just to do this recording, so feel special, people. But no, it's I've literally rushed home to do this recording so we can get it up so that you guys can listen to us prattle on about 4.0 and the next big star system. Because obviously, guys, it says literally in the 3.23 patch, or in the information about 3.23, the release also marks a significant milestone towards the upcoming Pyro system, laying the groundwork and adding many more of the front and back end necessarities will empower players to leap to the new star system in the next patch release. So, Ferrets, what are your thoughts on this? You're thinking, when do you think we're going to get 4.0?
Citizencon.
Yeah, so obviously at the moment we're at 3.23. We do know there's a 0.1 and a 0.2 patch. We'll talk about that in a sec. I believe that's the next topic we're going to cover. We've got a few things we're covering here, guys. Yeah. And then obviously after that, then you're saying you're thinking of 4.0, right? So 3.2, 3.1 will be obviously Fleet Week. 0.2 will probably be a month or so, or a month and a half after Fleet Week. So maybe the end of July, towards the end of July, probably. Maybe. And then obviously September, October is obviously Citizencon, and that's when we'll get 4.0. Do you think that they will release 4.0 the day after Citizencon?
Why don't they release it during Citizencon?
Because
not during Citizencon. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, they're going to want people to watch Citizencon, right? So
you're saying that people can't multitask?
I'm pretty sure if they released 4.0, everybody would stop watching Citizencon and go and play 4.0. So if they release it after, the day after, say, or soon as Citizencon finishes, right? Hey guys, last show for the day. Here's what's happening in 4.0. By the way, at the end of the show, it's going to be released. And that's what they did last year with the patch. Yeah. So there's obviously that. I do think we'll probably get 4.0 in September, which is it's fairly accurately married up to what I've always said. I've always said that we're going to have 4.0 June, July through to September-ish, around those sort of two patches there. So that sort of does make some sense too. At the end of the day, obviously, guys, people sitting there saying, hey, wait, why are you talking 4.0? For anyone that's new to the project, the next star system is literally 4.0. We know that. They've said that. They've said that if they put in Pyro, that's going to be classed as 4.0. Do you think server meshing... Well, server meshing will be in there as well. Right? So that'll give them time to get server meshing done and stuff, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, actually, it kind of all marries up. Kind of makes sense.
No, it does. It doesn't it?
So what we're thinking is 3.2, 3.1 will be Fleet Week. 0.2 will probably be up to 2 months after that, which will be the hangars and the cargo and the blah, blah, blah. And then 4.0 will be the server meshing with the new star system, and probably also a whole bunch of other things, like, for example, the new quantum travel mechanic. We haven't seen that yet, so we're presuming that's going to be 4.0. And a whole bunch of other stuff that was probably shown at Citizencon last year. Is there anything else on the 4.0 patch cycle that we need to sort of knock out, or are we pretty much done on this?
I mean, I'm expecting in 4.0 to see the Polaris and the Legionnaire with
Yeah.
their supporting a gameplay.
So we can talk about ships that are coming in 4.0. So what are you suspecting? You're thinking Polaris and
The
Legionnaire.
Polaris and and a Legionnaire.
What's the
Um,
just for the people playing along at home? What's the Legionnaire again?
the Legionnaire is the boarding ship
Yeah. So the
made
little.
by Anvil. Is it Anvil?
I'm not sure. I own one, but I'm not quite sure who owns it. What about the things like the transport ship, like the Kraken, or probably not the Kraken, but what about the ship that transports ships, the
The Liberator.
Liberator? Do you reckon we'll get that as well?
We haven't heard a thing about that, so that's highly unlikely.
Or they're working on it in the background as a secret project?
Maybe.
Um, so you're thinking Polaris or probably 4.0?
Yeah, the Polaris and the Legionnaire would be my top picks.
And probably Galaxy at probably later in the year, towards the end of the year, last match for the year, for the Galaxy. I would say probably that would be my guess. The Galaxy probably be around the December patch.
Well, I would say yes, but I'm thinking no, mainly because of the fact that a, a huge selling point for the Galaxy is base building, and we don't have that yet.
Oh, they have been working on it in the background. I can confirm
True,
that.
they have been. I mean, we just haven't heard much about it.
No, but I suspect that will be Sitcon.
That could make sense too. Yeah.
So I reckon at Citizencon you're going to get probably. I reckon this is wild. I reckon Sitcon is going to be Nink system and base building, and you might have a demo where they fly the Polaris from Stanton into the Pyro system and then into Ninx to finish it off.
Yeah.
It'd be like a patrol mission or something like that. CIG, take notes. Patrol mission. And yeah, you'll be sort of dispatched to like deal with some pirates or something over in the Ninx system. Apart from that, what other ships do you think are going to be coming in 4.0 or even 3.23 for 0.1? So what do you think we're going to get for ships at the IAE? We know obviously the Phoenix has been hinted at. We do know that there is a Raven-like ship, Aegis Raven-like ship. We'll cover those two in a sec. Is there any other ships that you think will be coming at Citizencon or not Citizencon? Sorry, IAE or Fleet Week. Sorry.
Wouldn't be surprised to get what's that one ship? The Zeus.
Yeah, I would say probably get the Zeus. Yeah. All right, let's jump on to. All right, so here we do know there is a 0.2 patch. So we do know there is a 3.23.1 and a 3.23.2. They have confirmed that. So this was in Reddit. Actually, maybe Reddit, take a grain of salt. But it's actually posted by Minteri. Who exactly is that? Do we know, Ferrets?
No idea.
No, right. So we don't know if it's CIG confirming it?
I mean, does it not say...
So...
there was I really don't know if that is actually CIG or just some random person.
Yeah. I would say, look, at the end of the day, I would say that a 0.1 and a 0.2 patch makes complete sense. We do know that obviously the cargo is coming. I doubt the cargo is going to be put in a week. We do know that Fleet Week is the end of next week. So we do know that is 100% going to be there. They can't delay that. It has to be done by then because otherwise the whole fleet week will be delayed. So it does make sense that a point 2 patch will come with that. Will have cargo and the elevators and the all that sort of like the persistent hangars and stuff like that. So it does make sense. Apart from that, the next thing that we have is this screenshot here, which is some ship flying towards the sun.
A lot of people are saying it's the Polaris based on the thruster that is in the picture, but it's really hard to see.
It could be the Polaris. You were also saying that it could be the ship, the unknown ship from the silhouettes. Is that what you're thinking?
I think so.
Yeah, could be either or. Yeah. I doubt it might be the Polaris, but at the end of the day, they've sort of been flogging the Polaris a bit lately, and I don't think it's going to be ready for Fleet Week. So I don't know if they would keep trying to advertise it, or if they might back off on it a little bit, and then
Knowing CIG, they're gonna keep flaunting it, sell it at Fleet Week, and then just not say anything about it for a month or two.
Yeah,
because that just sounds like something CIG would do.
Look, to be honest, it's a pretty hard photo. It's pretty hard to work out what's what exactly in that photo. It could be any ship really. It could be any ship that we don't know about. It could be the Polaris. It could be anything really. We don't know exactly what it is. But is there anything else on this that we will sort of want to touch on to before we jump onto the Phoenix?
Not that I can think of.
Right, so the next big thing is Tyler Whittakin has put out this. And it is a photo of a Phoenix. So Xylo put this out. We do know this is a Phoenix. Obviously, this is a Phoenix from lore. People are suspecting there is going to be a new ship called the Phoenix. At first, I was kind of hoping it was going to be a creature. But then I did see the people talking about the fact that it was going to be a ship, and I was like, oh, actually, that makes more sense. So, at the end of the day, we don't really have much of an idea of the Phoenix. We just know that there's something that is Phoenix-like or Phoenix-inspired, or named the Phoenix, maybe. But obviously, at the end of the day, we'll probably see this at Fleet Week. I presume if it's going to go for 2 weeks, I imagine there's going to be a few ships that are going to be coming out. But yeah, apart from that, is there anything you sort of got to add to the Phoenix? Anything you want to mention about it, or what do you think it is?
No. I think it is going to be like a different version of the Phoenix, not the Phoenix, Raven.
Well, I was going to say, we already do have a ship that's called the Phoenix, right?
No.
Constellation Phoenix. From RSI.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think maybe we're getting a rework on the Phoenix?
Well, no, because they teased a picture of a ship that looks exactly like the Saber.
Yeah, well, that might be another ship too. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the Phoenix, right? It doesn't say doesn't say that it's the Phoenix, right? It sort of actually it sort of does. Yeah, so you're thinking, okay, that actually sort of makes sense too. So the Saber Phoenix, maybe? I think Space the Tomato was saying here on the right. Do you think it's going to be? I didn't notice this at first. There's a in the photo in the description, it has a piece of fire and then a bird. So that would be Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think they're going to go through it and do another Saber Phoenix maybe instead of the Saber Raven?
They could do like another version of the Saber, and then just give it a different, like a different loadout, and slightly different other modules.
Well, to be honest, the big problem with the Raven is that it really doesn't have a lot of firepower. She really is undergunned. Yes, I do own it, boss. Yes. But what I was going to say was it really is undergunned. So if they could go through and make a different variation that has more firepower on it, because the Raven sacrifices some of its firepower for the EM generator. So,
So the Saber actually has 2 EMP generators on it.
Yes, it does. Yes.
I wonder how that's going to play out with the Phoenix Sun.
Maybe they remove the generators and just give it weapons. Maybe.
Maybe.
Like I will say to you this: it is a fun ship to fly. It's quick, it's nimble, it flies around, it moves. Like I said, the only reason I don't generally fly it around much is because of the fact that it does have that EM, which basically takes out some of the firepower. But also, that said, it doesn't exactly look like the Raven. It's similar.
Exactly like the Raven.
No, it's not. The Raven's got the cutouts in the wings.
Oh, yeah. The Phoenix has those are filled in, plus it's red. So.
Yeah, the colour's not big, but yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think this is going to be the Phoenix?
Yeah, I think so.
And what do you think it's going to be? Just another fighter, or do you reckon it's going to have like an EM field on it, or do you think it's going to be like a what do you think it's going to be? What role do you think it's going to be?
Some people think it's going to have quantum dampeners.
Oh, that would be interesting. Maybe EM with a quantum dampener? Although they have said in the past they don't want to sort of...
be too overpowered.
Yeah. It would be interesting if the Raven had the EM field and then the Phoenix had the dampeners.
Yeah. That does sound about right.
Yeah. Alright, apart from that, nothing else. Is there anything else we want to talk about, or?
Off the top of my head, no, I can't think of anything.
So just to recap, 3.23.0 came out today. 0.1, we're thinking it's probably going to be in a week it will be a week for Fleet Week. 0.2 will probably be about 2 months after that. And then 4.0 will be Star System, Pyro, at Citcon, with probably something like Nynx or something being shown off as well. I say Nynx because at the end of the day, Levski was already done before. So a lot of the assets are there, they just need to optimize them. So it's a pretty easy system, and to be honest, I don't think there's a lot of assets to build for it. To be honest, it's a pretty bare bones system. So
yeah.
All right. Before this little duck goes back to work, anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. If I think of anything, I'll shoot you a DM and we can talk about it later.
Yeah, no worries. Apart from that, guys, let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. When do you think we're going to get 3.2, 3.1? 0.2 specifically. When do you think what's happening with the Phoenix? Do you think it's going to be the Saber Raven? Do you think it's some other ship? And what are your thoughts on the 4.0 and what do you think we're going to get for Citizencon? Let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Obviously, guys, the video's been helpful. Please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, you want to say bye, ferrets?
Goodbye, folks. Hopefully, whatever this is will be over with soon, and I can go back to being my regular self.
Yeah. He's got first world problems, everybody. He's got pimples. He's got a pimple.
I thought I was done with all these in my teens.
Anyway, guys, let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you in the verse.